The project that I'm working on is looking at the evolutionary leaf anatomy of the plant genus Badiera. I was looking at doing a thesis, and so my first summer on campus, I went and talked to the instructors who were on campus about possible projects. Barbara was teaching a class at the time, which I really enjoyed, and told me about some work that she's connected to. And it has to do with taking plant material and looking at the leaf anatomy to see how that might show the evolutionary trends.
So we start out with evolutionary trees that are based on usually molecular DNA characteristics, so sequences of DNA, sequences of A's, T's, C's, and G's. And then we use that as a scaffold to look at how the plant structure, the internal plant structure, its anatomy changes with the different relationships.
When we start out with the material, it can either be dried or it can be preserved. We take it through a process in which we hydrate it in a solution that we want, and then we dehydrate it so we can get it into a paraffin block. And once the specimen is in a paraffin block, we put it on a microtome, and the microtome allows us to cut very thin sections, and we can make this long ribbon of specimen sections, which we then in turn put on a slide, which we can then stain the material for looking at different kinds of tissues, and then cover slip it, and we have it preserved. And then I will take pictures of them so I can have the pictures to compare the different things that I specifically want to look at.
Because it's exciting to look at plant structure that nobody else has seen before and find new things, and maybe figure out how things are related and what's happened over time. So it's a lot of fun.
A thesis means I've actually done the science behind it instead of just going to classes and not only having a good review but then learning more material on top of what I already know. This gives me a completely different view of what's out there. I have the opportunity to work in lab and do things that I've never done before and acquire skills that I don't have, that now that I've done them repetitively, I'll have forever. It has given me the opportunity to actually do research, so I feel as if I'm not only getting an education as far as textbook knowledge, but I have an actual lab research base on which I can make reasonable predictions and conclusions on what I'm actually studying. It's been very exciting to have that opportunity to do that, because I don't know other programs that I've looked at, I wouldn't have had that opportunity.